What I have behind me is the new Honda NX500. Let's check it out and have a short overview. So let's take a look at the new NX500. We have it just in front of us. This is the black version, the black color. There are also two other colors available, the white and red. Let's check out the pipes. Here is the oil filter. It's kind of similar as it is for the Transalp, the way the pipes are going out. And the exhaust, there is a plastic protection here underneath. Then comes the exhaust, which has two exits, similar with the Transalp. We have on the rear 160/60 R17. These are the Dunlop Trail Max Mixture tires, the one which you find on some Transalps. And for the front, we have 110/80 and 19-inch front wheel. Double disc brake. I like quite a lot the design of the headlight. Very minimalistic and very modern. Also we have the signal lights, which are always on. The seat, it's standard. It has quite a good grip. Let's compare the seat with the Transalp, which is kind of slippery. The standard seat, which you can see, it's very slippery. The one from the NX500 has some profile and it offers quite a lot of grip. I like the design in this area of the foot pegs. You have this metal protection here in the area where most of your legs will stay, and will somehow this area is exposed to scratching, but here you have some plastic protection on the frame. The engine is very simple and somehow it's not crowded. It has plenty of space here to have access to some basic maintenance if required. Of course, you're gonna need a skid plate and an engine protection, because of the pipes are quite exposed, and you can see the front wheel fender, it's quite short and the radiator, it's very exposed also. Quite an interesting feature. Behind the windscreen you have already a GPS mount or a telephone mount. It's made of metal, and you can place your phone or your navigation already from the factory. It's available, this feature. The windscreen, it's standard, looks quite a lot with the one from the Honda NC750X. We have it here, the NC750X. You can check it out, and the windscreen is very similar. It's not adjustable, but there are some aftermarket gadgets to adjust a little bit the screen to rise it up. Here on the leg side you have some grip plastic to attach your knees to the bike. You have these plastics added as standard. The plastics are not so much exposed to the vibrations. They're quite thick from what I can see. This is the design of the new NX500. Like a small detail, the passenger footbags is with rubber for more comfort. This comes as standard seams. Also rubber for the rider footpeg, and it's foldable. The rider footpeg is foldable. Another plastic protection here on the left of the engine. The pipes, the frame. Very accessible coolant cap here. You can refill it or change it. It's very accessible. This is the place underneath the seat, and a big surprise, we can see actually the air filter. It's very accessible here in the front side. It would have been perfect and very nice to have it also for the Transalp. Seems like the NX500 has the air filter just under the seat. What a convenience, and what easy maintenance it will be for this baby Transalp to have its air filter just under the seat. Oh man, how simple it is to place the air filter here and have access. Why didn't you place the air filter also for the Transalp in this area? You can see how easy it is to take it out. Here's the battery, quite a small battery. So again, something that will be very interesting for most of you is the positioning of the air filter, which is very easy accessible from underneath the seat. There is also a place for a USB charger for a 12-volt socket on the left side, similar with the Transalp. You can see the risers, they are quite high. If you check their size, different technical solution chosen here for the handlebar risers. The commands on the display, they are very simple and very small, I have to say. Even the horn button, also the switch buttons, is actually the switch button, it's like a joystick but with very small buttons. Here is the place where you put a key to open the seat. And we have also a 5-inch dashboard display, which is quite nice. You can change and switch to some informations, trip A, trip B, average fuel consumption, average speed. I strongly believe that these are customizable. Let's check out a little bit the display. You can switch to the right. You can navigate through the settings, and here on the settings you can access the big screen, and here we have a function, shift point, trip A auto reset, Honda immobilizer system. On the display you can change the display type, simple, circle or with bar. Also 3 display settings. You have here the display types, brightness, background, you can choose it, white and black or auto you can put it. Then in general you have date and time, unit, language, Bluetooth pairing reset. You have also, check out now the display, we've changed it. This is the one chosen from the 3 available. You can connect also your phone with the Honda RoadSync app. This will be available also. And in service you have maintenance, periodic maintenance, oil change, battery voltage, water temperature, warning information. From what I can see, there is no temperature indicator. This temperature indicator, you have to take it out from the Honda RoadSync app. There is the place where this feature is available, same as the Transalp. Let's check out the other display type. Now we have the bar. Let's check out the circle. Alright, this is the circle. You can see from the moment you've changed. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I like better this one, the bar. It's kind of nice. Alright, the navigation through the display, it's quite simple, nothing complicated. And these are the information which you can access via this display. Let's check out the backlight. It's LED. Also the signals. There is a full LED lights for the front and rear. Let's check out the signals. This is it. As mentioned before, I really like the design of the headlight. I think it's much nicer than the one from the Transalp. It has a different shape, very minimalistic. The signal button, it's pretty standard, and you need to put some effort to change it, to action it. The buttons in general are very small, the buttons from the console, from the handlebar console, especially this joystick, which helps you navigate through the display. Here we have the traction control, the high beam, and the signal button. The declared fuel consumption for the NX500, it's about 3.5, but I'm pretty sure that you can go even lower depending on your riding style. So you can count on 350 kilometers range with this bike.
The bike has 47 horsepower. The front suspension is a 41mm Showa fork with a preload adjustment, and it has 150mm travel. The rear suspension is a ProLink monoshock with 5-stage preload adjuster, steel hollow cross swing arm, and a 135mm travel.
But also consider the seat height. It's 800mm, is very accessible to people starting from 170 centimeters height. So 800mm for the seat height, 145 ground clearance, and 120mm suspension travel. This is the package which the Honda NX500 is offering. Of course, this bike can be customizable. I'm pretty sure most of you can change some of its let's say suspension, perhaps added some accessories. Why not changing the wheel with the spoke wheels? I'm pretty sure that some rally packs will be available, and transform this bike in a nice adventure bike suitable for most of the terrains. A nice feature is that you can also check the oil level here on the right side on this window. It's available for checking the oil, which means yeah, this part I can see that needs some protection, of course. This upper part, especially the part where you can check the oil, I'm pretty sure a lot of aftermarket protections will be available very soon. I like that the engine, it's very simple and a lot, it's breathing, so to speak. It's breathing. A lot of space here is not tidied up. Very easy access. The air filter, it's very accessible, and yeah, it's a nice bike to consider depending on your purposes. The front fender, it's shiny, but the rest of the fenders are matte color. Also here we see some protection for the front suspension, mud protections. These are very useful. I already checked it on my bike, already tested, and these are extremely useful on protecting the suspension from most of the mud which is coming. On this bike you're gonna see made in Thailand, but we have to specify that made in Thailand, by the way, here is written on the frame, on the upper frame bar. You can see here Honda Motor Europe Limited, Alst Office, Belgium, made in Thailand. But we have to be specific and say that made in Thailand means that all the components, the engine and everything, it's produced and made in Japan and sent to the assembly factory in Thailand. So basically this bike, it's more suitable to say that it's assembled in Thailand, but it's made in Japan. This is a specification which I need to make. Made in Thailand means actually assembled in Thailand. If we compare this bike with the Honda Transalp, there is quite a huge difference. We have it here on the same color. It's like comparing, I don't know, if we compare the Transalp with the Africa Twin, the previous year Africa Twin, there is not so much difference when you compare the NX500 with the Transalp. The Transalp looks much bigger, much higher, different category bike actually. And here we have the NX500, the new NX500, the previous CB500X renamed and redesigned in a new NX500. You can actually see the logo very discreet on this side, on the rear side, left and right. You can check it out. It's written here. There is only a sticker which indicates the model of the bike, NX500, and that's it. The bike is very clean in terms of design, Honda logo and nothing more. Again, I like quite a lot that everything is visible to this bike. The oil levels, the engine oil, the rear oil level for the rear brakes, also the air filter, very visible. And here we have the coolant. Also we can check out the level of the coolant and refill it. You can see the reservoir of the coolant is just behind the rear shock. Here we can see chain adjusting. You can adjust it here with a modern adjustment, let's say, design. Also the chain guard, it's very long and I really like it. It covers most of the chain on this part which is exposed. We have the chain slider underneath, which is very thick, by the way. The chain slider, it's very thick. And yeah, the chain guard goes until the back quite a lot. And check out the design of the rims. They have some holes in the center for ventilation and for perhaps weight also, to reduce the weight somehow. You can check out these gaps, these holes, which are part of this rim. We can see it better from this part, from this side, from the right side. You can check out also the front rim design. It's seems very light, incomparable with the other classic rims. You can check it out. It has more ventilation, kind of ventilation in the midpoint, in the mid side, close to the axle. Quite nice to have two front discs. The Honda NC750X has only one disc, and 54, 56 horsepower. Another thing which I like is the wiring, also very accessible and visible, especially when you, for example, want to mount some additional accessories, additional lights and so on. You have access to the wiring quite easy.